All right. Number 13, we want to find the limit of this function as x approaches 4 from the right. And we have x plus 7. And we have the square root of x minus 4. Okay, so if you think about if you plug in 4, the denominator is 0, so we can't do anything with that. So we'll have to kind of see what happens as we get close to it. The bottom is getting small. If you plug in 4 to the numerator, you get 4 plus 7, and the numerator is tending toward 11. So I have 11 on the top. The bottom is going to 0, but let's see what side is coming from. So if I come from the right, so I'm coming from a bigger number, I would use 5, and then 4.5, and then 4.1, and just kind of see what's going on. Subtract 4. This is giving me a positive 1, positive 0.5, positive 0.0, sorry, positive just 0.1, and then so forth and so on. We would end up taking the square root of those numbers and then taking 11 and dividing it. So since the number on the bottom is getting smaller and smaller, the overall result of the fraction is going to infinity. And since this is positive, and of course it has to be positive under the square root coming from the right, this is a positive number, we end up going toward infinity. So we would say the limit as we go to 4 from the right is infinity. Number 14, we want to find the limit, or analyze the limits and find the vertical asymptotes of this function. So the limit of f of x as we go to 19, our function is x minus 19, and then we have an x squared minus 361, and we are trying to find the limit as x goes to 19. Okay, so just because it looks like difference of squares, I want to check to see if this 19 squared is 361. So let's see if we take 19 and square it. Okay, so this 19 squared is 361. So the reason I'm looking at that is if I plug in 19, I get a 0 on the top, and I'll probably get a 0 on the bottom. 19 squared will give me 361, so I get a 0. So because of that, I can use difference of squares and try to factor this. So I can say x minus 19, and this will be an x plus 19, and then an x minus 19. And then the x minus 19 will divide out, leaving us with a reduced function of 1 over x plus 19. Now at this point, if I use direct substitution, I get 19 plus 19, which gives me a limit of 1 over 38. So we'll say the limit as x goes to 19 is 1 over 38. And then we have a part B. We want to approach negative 19. Negative 19, and we're approaching negative 19 from the left. And then it's the same function, so I'm just going to go to the reduced form. 1 over x plus 19. Okay, so in this case, when you plug in negative 19, you get a 0 on the denominator. So let's see what happens as we inch toward negative 19 from the left side. So that means I would start at negative 20, so something bigger from the left side, and just inch my way. So negative 19.5, and then negative 19.1. And so I'm using that same pattern. When we add 19, this number is negative 1, this number is negative 0.5, this number is negative 0.1. So all of the numbers on the bottom are negative. This is getting smaller going towards 0. This is going to be relatively big compared to 0.001 as we keep going. So I have a positive over a negative. That means this is tending toward negative infinity. It's going to continue to get big when I take 1 and divide by each of these. And then if we look at part C, we're doing the same thing just from the other side. So if we look at the limit as we go to negative 19 from the right of 1 over x plus 19. Same thing, except I will start with something bigger than 19, which would be 20, and then I will work my way toward 19, so 19.5, sorry, wrong thing. I need to be going from the side of negative 19, so I'm looking at negative 18 and getting bigger toward 19, so I'll look at negative 18.5 and then negative 18.9. I think I did the wrong thing earlier when I went to the negative side. So these are getting bigger, but the end result whenever you add the 19, these are going to be getting smaller. These are going to be positive 1, positive 0.5, positive 0.1, and then so forth and so on. So again, the bottom is going toward 0, but this is positive and these are positive. So this will be tending toward positive infinity as the denominator gets smaller. So as we go to positive 19, we get a limit of 1 over 38. As we go to negative 19 from the left, we were going to negative infinity. And as we go to negative 19 from the right, we approach positive